Hello everyone, hello. Cesare here with more Final Fantasy XIV. We are here joined by Mearo. We're in Mordona. I don't actually remember where I'm picking up this quest. Where was this? That's the Riser's Downs. Okay, I should have guessed that, but anyway. Yesterday, we went through and we met up with Leviathan. We got to see Thangrid take up a new job. He swapped from his gladiator that was using only the basic attacks of a gladiator, who called himself a bard for whatever fucking reason, finally actually used rogue fighting abilities, so he clearly has that ability going for him. It's also the first official job change of somebody within the Scions, so hurrah for that. Hello, Vector! You're slightly red to reflect your anger over camera issues. Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, we took down Leviathan, got some answers about the Echo. Also, Orianji and Minfillia were able to work out a potential way to kill Ascians, though they're unsure how to actually employ it. We also met with Ramu, who was a little more amicable than your typical primal, and instead of just, you know, outright trying to kill us, he challenged us to a fight, and if we won, he agreed to leave the protection of the 12s wood to us. Pretty cool. And now, we are heading back to talk to Minfillia. We're almost to the end of patch 2.3, heading into patch 2.4. Alright, hey there, Minfillia. Guardian of Eorzea. Now that the matter of Ramu has, for the present, been put to rest, there is something I would show you, Mearo. Is it Bob Dole? It is a letter of thanks signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless service to the realm. Ooh, a whole letter. It mentions in particular the names of all the defeated primals, Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mogamog XII, Leviathan, and now Ramu. Needless to say, there is one among our number to have faced them all. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I fear they were meant for you above all others. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In the course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, Mearo, and Eorzea is that much safer for your presence. Pray, do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ascians may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own, and that it is nothing to say of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope to a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace, we owe in no small part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in doing so. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Of the Stilts of Little Solace who wish not of conflict. Of the Alamegans and the Domans who stand with us, determined to halt the dread march of the Empire. And then there are many unsung individuals who have gathered here in reverence toll, honest men and women who seek to employ their skills for the good of all. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we might not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians. And combat it we shall. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming, and given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. I like how she was apparently talking loud enough for him to hear her through the door, despite us being on the other side of the chamber. Alphino! I take it the troubles in Ludan no longer require your attention? There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the inner simmering violence is largely dissipated. 'Tis to report such that I stand before you now. Hey, Cheshire. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. I have a message for you from Ellie. You recall the refugee girl? She was the one whose parents were missing. They were found unharmed. She wishes me to pass her thanks to you. Why, Alphino, am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Mearo, you have been away from Revenant's Soul for some time now, I believe. Might I suggest that you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town? Which reminds me, one of the Doman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yozen was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to attend, share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? I have a question. Why is there no music? How you doing today, Cheshire? How's life on the Cheshire side of things? I'm starting a little earlier than I have in the past because I'm actually awake. Whether I remain awake remains to be seen. I had to get up early to go to a meeting for work. Great but busy day? There's supposed to be music playing. Why is there no music playing? Concerning. Okay. Well, there's music here, so... Where the fuck is Yozen? Is he out in that area? I guess he is back in here. Okay, hang on. Gotta go into the area with no music. Okay, the music's playing now. I don't know what his problem was earlier. I'll take it, though. This kid wants to chat. The fuck? I don't want to talk to this child. Can I just, like, give him a swirly? Look, it's Miss Mearo! She's back from her adventures! We heard you were off fighting primals, and that they're some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally formed our very own Doman Adventures Guild to protect all the Domans. Oh, do you think you could train us today, Miss Mearo? Maybe you could show us how you fought the primals. What's all this commotion, then? I'll leave you with Hoary Boulder here. Mr. Boulder, Mr. Coultonay, did you know that Miss Mearo is back? So it would seem. Welcome home, Mearo. My companion and I but recently became full members of the Scions, and I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. I'm known as Hoary Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Coultonay. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the art of combat. Oh, I told you, Mr. Boulder, we're not younglings anymore. We are adventurers. And we were just talking to Miss Mearo, asking Miss Mearo if she could give us some special training. I think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside her, don't you? Well, you've certainly been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends in Mordona are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I have a counter-proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Mearo? A demonstration of skill at arms, if you will. Hoary, I don't know you. If I didn't know you better, and I do, I'd say you were merely seeking to test yourself against a legend. Well, perhaps I am, but what matters the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? What say you, Mearo? Would you consent to spar with me? No, but I guess so. That boulder is a whore. Yes, apparently. Hurrah! We're to have a tournament! Come on, everyone. We must prepare our gear for an outing. I'm not sure tournament is the correct term, but alright. Do try not to disappoint them, Have faith, Coultonay. I'll summon every last ounce of my strength to make of this a worthy contest. The fields east of town should prove suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout. We haven't gone east of town yet, guys, so this will be our first time out there. Which, by the way, Jeremy, I did mention to you that that picture you showed me of Old Revenant's Toll from 1.0, now that's not the same place as we're in right now. where we are right now is Revenant's Toll. That picture you found is actually of Camp Revenant's Toll, and it is a different location, believe it or not. If you go out here, just out to the west, that location you found is actually right here. This is the place. Pretty crazy, right? There used to be an actual defunct aetheryte you could find in the area too, but I don't see it anymore. Anyway, and there's like this big. More likely, this is the tent that you saw in the screenshot. It's very odd that there's no music, though. Okay, so we got this quest here. We got to face off against Hoary Boulder. It's good of you to agree to this, Mearo. I trust you are ready to begin. I think the real question is, are you ready to begin? Very well. Let us not keep the younglings waiting any longer. Hoary, are you certain you wish to fight her alone? That is Mearo you face. What better way to test my mettle? Pray allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, 'twas this hero's legend that led me to join the Scions to begin with. Without Mearo to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Hello! You haven't begun yet, have you? The fuck? Why is there... What? Ida? What? Who are all these people? When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find. Thought you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Thanks, Ida. Yes, there are still more to come. When I mentioned Mearo's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. Why, even my own popularity seems but a sickly shade in comparison. You'd best claim victory, bringer of light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. You can win, Mr. Boulder. Can he? We shall see soon see. On your guard. Oh, the FF2 music. Alright. Hoary Boulder, you're not putting up a very good fight here, dude. No holding back now, Scions. Oh, such power! The tails barely do you justice. Mr. Boulder won't lose, will he? It's not over yet. It can't be. Aye, the children have the right of it. It's time I join the fray. On your feet, Hoary. Oh, you want to fight too? Okay, hang on. No spells for you, bud. I must admit defeat. It was an honor and a privilege to walk into this battle and then immediately be killed. Hey, Chocobo! Oh no, he looks hurt! Miss Mearo is so strong! But you can't give up, Mr. Boulder! You can't disappoint the younglings! Never have I faced such strength! But the lesson must continue. Tis your example I follow. Surrender not to the implacable foe. Immediately surrenders. You busted me. I healed. That was incredible! incredible! She beat them both at the same time! We knew you couldn't lose, Mearo. None can defeat the Guardian of Eorzea. Now I see why they send you to deal with the primals. I have much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same. I mean, can you avoid being tempered? Because kind of a prerequisite. Chapter 2, the hoary boulder disappoints the younglings. Impressive as always, Mearo. It is ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is a most fitting title. Do you recall when we first met? 'Twas at the memorial service for the Battle of Cartno. It wasn't actually Alphanel. We did meet in passing before that. At the time, I was yet attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason why Grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expended towards their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought Eorzeans a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce. The Legatus' single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. I mean, they did consider that, actually, Alphina. Were it not for a desire to continue Grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nations too self-involved and unstable. It was you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. It was you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what my grandsires sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people, these wonderful, oft-infuriating, stubborn people, that suffer blow after terrible blow only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe Grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. I too will endeavor to take up the mantle of Guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil towards a better world. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be solved by the scions of the Seventh Dawn alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascian is a new, expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. If you would aid me in building such an organization, then pray, let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. I haven't gotten too much time to play this guy at D2 yet. I did a little bit of grinding last night just to like level my characters up because I've noticed that stuff in that game ramps up a lot faster than this guy at 1 did. So enemies were actually two-shotting my party members by chapter 3, and I was like, okay, that's not great. So I did a little bit of leveling last night. I'm on chapter 2-2, I think, or 2-3. I think I just did the second part of chapter 2 yesterday. But it's been good, I like it. Alright. The Waking Sands music, even though this is the Rising Stones. Whew, okay. Webcam, why you gotta fuck with me, dude? At least it's only noticeable on black backgrounds. Thank you for coming, Mearo. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be one step ahead of the chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. Let's get not tenacity, determination. Recruiting the realm. This guy too will not be the next game after I beat this guy at D2. If you look in the Discord, in the Ribbit channel, under the pins, I have a pinned message that you can see my backlog. And the general order I plan to play them in, though that is by no means the actual order I will end up playing them in. Pray forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I would first speak of the grand plan. Since the advent of the 7th Astral Era, the leaders of the three nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring the disparate forces of Eorzea together into a single entity. A realm-wide grand company, if you will. The military might of such an institution would be drawn from every corner of the land, and directed against threats that no single nation could hope to overcome alone. Yet, while the purpose of this hypothetical organization is undisputed, the logistics of its formations have become a source of endless debate. And the longer these discussions continue, the more I sense the impetus towards unification draining away. Thus have I been campaigning for the creation of what might be considered a trial company. It will be on a much smaller scale than what we hope to eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operation according to the scions. 'Tis my hope that the successful utilization of such a force will lend momentum to the lagging deliberations. Also, being a primarily military outfit, I aim to assuage the fears of its misuse by placing the fledgling organization under the authority of the antecedent. The scions work tirelessly to protect Eorzea and its people. But as you yourself have witnessed with the refugee revolt, there are limitations to what we can achieve. Within this new company under the Scion's command, however, we will be capable of responding to a wider range of difficulties without straining our resources or overtaxing your formidable talents. The goals of my proposed organization and those of the Scions are ultimately identical, a point conceded by all concerned. See, I like Alphino's thought process here because, yeah, relying on the main character all the time is a bit tiresome, and it also gets, it also runs the issue of your character can't literally do anything, so everything, because like you can't be everywhere at once. And it gives the implication that the world doesn't just stop because you're not at that particular point, right? But before I can move forward with establishing this precursor to the true border-spanning grand company, 'tis yet necessary that I visit the three leaders and gain their official approval. Oh, yay. A tiresome and time-consuming task, which is why I would ask that you accompany me on the journey and attend to the business of recruiting our inaugural members while I am otherwise engaged with bureaucratic formalities. I don't want to do any of that. Thank you. 'Tis reassuring indeed to know the bringer of light and her discerning eye will be selecting our future allies. Our first destination will be Limsa Laminsa. Let us rendezvous at Bulwark Hall. Or, Alphino, a better plan, okay? That plan is for me to not do any of this, and you do it. Eh? But yeah, this guy too will not be next. I can't do strategy games one after another like that. Especially this guy games because they're grindy as fuck. Oh my god. Yeah, it's level 52. Do I learn anything at 52? When's the next thing I actually learn anything? Inner Beast Mastery. Upgrades Inner Beast to... Oh, sick. I like that. Ah, there you are. I am ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with Admiral Blofuswin. While the Admiral and I are finalizing permissiary boundaries and signing parchments, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who have otherwise remained ignorant of the opportunity. As for potential members, 'tis of no matter that should they already be pledged to other institutions, only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. And you needn't range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are popular with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you are satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter and we might prepare for the next leg of our journey. Why do I need to meet you at the airship ticket counter, dude? I almost ran over to the 8th, right? And I was like, wait, there's a fucking lift right here. So yeah, my list of backlog games. Honestly, it covers a lot of games I obviously want to play, but it shifts around a lot too. Because I don't necessarily want to play anything at any particular time. I do know the next game I play will be Far Cry 6 because Jeremy gave me a copy of it, so I figure I might as well actually play it. You started FF9 with the intention of finishing it this time? I'm surprised you didn't finish it before. FF9's amazing. Hey, Carvaland, I don't think we spoke to you before. An organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity? I must say your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens well know that there's a time to act and a time to watch, and I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls into the latter category. Okay. That's a no. Wait, we're gonna ask Raynor, the leader of the Yellow Jackets, to be a part of it? Okay. Master Elfin is no organization. Yes, I heard the formation of the trial company was in offing. It is with regret, however, that I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Linsamans must needs receive my full attention. I mean, that was a given. We should have Grenade there. They don't seem to be doing anything. Except sitting there being named Grenade. Anyway, Chocobo. You started FF9. Excellent news. FF9 is one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. I do not like Tetra Master, and yeah. The game has a lot of restrictions to it, which when you can do things, which that's fine, that's just the style of game it is. Eh? Who in the bloody hell do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some sodden knight in shining plate. If you're looking for a self-righteous fop, try knocking on the Dandy Carvelin's door. I did. He also said no. Hey, guys, look at these pirates. Look at them sitting here. They're sitting there like they're in a Japanese anime gang. I think one of them said something about why they're sitting like that. Why are we sitting like this? You see any bleeding chairs? These can give you a problem. Why are they sitting like that? Jeremy, how do you feel about us being in the upper decks right now? A precursor to a united Eorzean Grand Company. While I do admire the scope of your ambition, my responsibilities here at Neldik and Vanelli's keep me close to the forge. I have not the time to be traipsing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. That's better than nothing. Like, Deuce does that to himself? Deuce upper decks himself? There's a lot of party split-ups in FF9, yep. Takes a bit to get used to, and I get not liking that either. I'm not a big fan of that side of it either. But it's honestly not that bad. You don't typically need to grind too much. But the game does give you opportunities to grind. If you so choose. And, you know, I think the most open-ended Final Fantasy game is probably 1. I say that lightly, but 1 doesn't really have a set order you have to fight the fiends in, except I think you have to fight the Earth Fiend first. After that, you can kind of just do whatever the fuck you want if you want. If you're strong enough to do it. Well, if it ain't Mearo, I'd not forget a venturer brave enough or daft enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember old Real, don't you? Formerly of the company heroes, 3 whistles at Bronze Lake. Aye, it ain't often I drag Mearos out to Limsa for a drink, but I'm right glad I did. How fare you these days? You looking to put together a new crew? Top tier work? That sounds like a right lark, it does. Alrighty, lass, count me in. The heroes may have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into me grave just yet. Cool, we got Real on our team. That's 1 of 5 people. I did receive a new message at my private terminal. It was 10 Gauge is now in chat. Hey 10 Gauge, welcome. You're just in time for me to go on break though, so give me a sec guys, I'll be right back. And then we will continue.